Moving to Ghana series, the series which is going to enable you to make the move easily, peacefully, and successfully. My name is Precious Hannah, and if you haven't already, please subscribe, join the family. You are most welcome. Thank you so much for watching. In today's episode, we are going to be talking about finding accommodation, the truths about agents. Guys, I've heard a lot of horror stories about people having agents mess them about, and honestly, it's very frustrating when you come to Ghana, a country that you're passionate about living in, and then you have people messing you around up and down, throwing you, telling you to go places and not even showing up. It's a hot mess, and it can be very annoying and discouraging. So in this video, I just want to tell you what an agent is, the annoying truths about what agents can do, and tell you my honest opinion on whether you need one or not. First question, what is an agent? An agent is somebody that helps you find somewhere to rent. They can also help you find land to buy or property to buy. So a way that an agent works is basically like, I would say, an estate agent. You know how in London you go into an estate agent and they show you all these different listings, and then you find out more information, then you have to pay them a deposit and go back and forth. Guys, if you remember uni days, I feel like a lot of people after first year, they decided that they were just going to get a house and share it amongst their friends. The stress of that alone, guys, it's a similar thing here, except it's not a building that you can actually go to meet people and they're registered so that you can hold them accountable. No, this just could be a guy down the road that calls himself an agent. So here are some ugly truths about these agents. Every time they help you find a place and they want to take you there for a showing, let's say, you can pay up to 50 cedis on each apartment they show you. Yes, they're allowed to do this. And you also have to pay for their transport to take you to where they're showing you. Yes. Now, a lot of people complain about this because like, why am I paying 50 cedis? And then why am I paying on top of that for you to take me there? Like, couldn't we just both meet at the location that you're telling me and you figure out your own way? Yeah, no. They can tell you, meet me at this location, which is often close to where they are. Then you would have to pay for transport to take them to where they want to show you, and obviously transport to drop them back. And then obviously the 50 cedis on top of that. Imagine just viewing 4 apartments. You've already spent 200 cedis plus, because obviously transport fees as well. Now, on top of that, they also collect 10% of your rent. And I'm sure a lot of you know that in Ghana, you pay 1 year in advance or 2 years in advance. Nowadays, landlords are being very stingy. They are taking 2 years in advance, but by the grace of God, like me, I pay 1 year in advance. I always argue about this because, once you've paid that 1 year in advance, it feels good because you don't have to worry about rent and all of that stuff for the year. Obviously, the smart thing to do would be saving money aside to pay for your next year, but you don't have to stress about it. It's fine. The annoying thing is that if you live in Ghana and the struggles, there are struggles of living in Ghana, it can be very frustrating because, it can be like out of the blue, just get 10,000 cedis together and pay rent just like that. And unfortunately, landlords have the ability to increase your rent anyhow they like. And the thing is, they're actually only supposed to increase your rent 10%, but they can just do it like up to 50 or 100%. But that's a whole nother video for another day. Let's get back to the agents. Let's say you find an apartment, a lovely 2-bedroom apartment, 1,000 cedis, which is like, let's not do quick maths. I'll leave it up there on the screen, what that is in pounds and dollars. If you found an apartment that's 1,000 cedis and you have to pay a year in advance, that's 12,000 cedis. Now you have to take 10% of that to pay to your agent. And no, it's not 10% from the 12,000, it's an extra added. So you have to fork up your own 1,200 on top of the 50 cedis you were paying for him to show you different apartments. Fun, right? No, I don't think so. It's very frustrating. Now, even though I've said all these things and you might be like, why would I want to find an agent? Sometimes it is helpful, especially if you're new to the system and you're not really sure. You really want to find somewhere nice and you actually don't want all the pressure of running up and down and you don't have anyone to ask. Agents can come in handy. You can find them through word of mouth. Just ask people around, be like, oh, please, do you know somebody that knows somebody, that is an agent, or things like that. You can ask around, or you can go on a few websites. I'm not sure of them, so I will leave one on the screen and in the description box below. And now, guys, I'll tell you my subjective opinion. So guys, when I moved to Ghana, I honestly thought I was going to live on campus, but no, I just couldn't do it. So luckily for me, I had a friend, my mum and I had a friend who was renting her boys' quarters, and it was fantastic. It was it was very small, cute apartment, and it was cool. I paid 450 cedis a month, and I managed. 2 years in, I wanted to upgrade myself. I wanted a bigger space. So obviously the obvious thing to do would be to find an agent. Guys, it wasn't easy. Now, one, it's not like your agent is coming to you dressed in a suit. They can be any guy, like any local boy. And sometimes you can be a bit skeptical because it's like, I'm giving you my money and I don't know you from Adam. There's no references. Nobody's telling me, yeah, you're legit. You're just there. Like somebody has just been, oh yeah, this guy, whatever. And it's like, huh? And then they will show you apartments. You will explain to them what you want, because this is what happened to me. You would explain to them what you want, and it will just be like, huh? Dude, did you not hear what I said? And they will just show you absolute, it was not cool. I remember there were some places that we went to, and it wasn't actually bad, but the road to get there was like, what the hell is this? Like, imagine, at the time I was working at Live FM, and I used to go for the morning, and I was working the morning show. I had to leave the house at 4 a.m. Which Uber am I going to call that will go around those Ligilongo roads and rough roads to come and pick me up? I was like, no. Certain things like this is just out of the question. But hey, there was another apartment that I viewed, and I remember the landlord refused to give us the place because I live with my cousin. Like, we're two, obviously he's a guy, I'm a girl. They were like, you guys are not married, so you can't live together. I'm like, so you want me to marry my family member? Like, what is going on here? I don't know if it's I wouldn't even, is it a cultural thing? Or do you think it's a religious thing? You guys let me know what you think, because it had me like, huh? Like, what is your business? Anyway, so yeah, there was a lot that was just not cool. So for me personally, I use word of mouth. Like, I don't care. People be like, oh, people should know your business. Everybody I met, do you know anyone renting? Do you know anyone renting? Do you know anyone renting? That was me. I would ask, because I was tired of paying agent fees. I remember I thought that I was paying 50 cedis for one day, as in, I knew I had to pay agent fees, and that was going to be like, oh, okay, so you're going to show me 3 different accommodations in this one day, and then I'll pay you your 50 cedis. Oh no. It's 50 cedis per apartment. So he was expecting 150 cedis. Most of these places, like I said, not up to standard. There was even a place he didn't have keys for, so we can only see the outside, and he was still expecting 50 cedis. Guys, even just thinking about it is making me so angry. So yes, guys, I'm not saying don't get an agent, but my personal opinion is just word of mouth. Ask around, keep asking. Do you know anyone renting? Do you know anyone renting? I've heard some people say that they're not allowed, like some landlords don't want to rent without having an agent. But guys, there are people out there that don't even bother with agents because it's a lot of wahala. Don't be afraid to just ask. It's not a bad thing. We all need help sometimes, and you never know. Like, if I tell you the testimony of how I got the place that I live in now, guys, like, I was literally at church 31st night, and I needed to be out of my apartment in that like January. I was there talking. I was like, oh, I'm looking for a place to stay. And it was like in the AM, because obviously we have just done all night, and now everyone's trying to go home. Couldn't get an Uber because fares were ridiculously high. So one of my friends was like, oh, this person lives in your area. So we're now going home. I'm getting closer to my area, and he's like, oh, I just live down the road. I'm like, are you serious? For real? I was like, oh, do you know anyone renting around this area? He's like, oh, there's a free apartment on top of mine. Come and check it out tomorrow. Guys, I was like, what? So I've been spending 50 cedis for what reason? All I had to do was just ask. And this place is fantastic. It's huge. The rent is amazing. And I can't wait to decorate it and then show you guys and take you on that journey, because guys, it's not easy. But how I feel about agents, how I really feel about agents. Yes, sometimes there are legit ones there that are necessary. Other times I'm like, just ask. I would say this, if you are moving to Ghana, I know, like, I know a lot of us don't like staying with family members because they become very overprotective. They don't like you to go out late, and then now when you go out, somebody to open the gate for you, it's just so long. So you like having your own space. But maybe come and live with family for like 1 or 2 months while you're going around checking out places to stay. I mean, if you have money, like if you have a lot of money that you won't spend, you can do Airbnbs and stuff like that and move around. But if you want to keep it on a budget, I would say stay with a family member. See if there are different areas that you like, because Accra is very big. Like for me, sometimes when people mention Spintex or Dansuman and places like that, I'm like, oh, in that your village, that's far compared to where I am. I stay around Medina, North Legon, so it's like, to me, this is my little, you know, safe space. So anywhere around here I don't mind living. But if now you're telling me Malam, okay, I've lived in Malam, so I don't mind Malam, but like Spintex, Dansuman, all those places, it's like, whoa, those are out of ends, no thank you. So yes, come stay with family members or people that you're comfortable with and you know. Get a gist of the area, see maybe within that area if you can find a nice apartment. Nowadays people are building apartments to rent out, so you just never know. So guys, that's my 2 cents on finding accommodation and the truth about agents. Let me know in the comments below if you've had any problems with an agent before. I want to hear all your stories. Let me know if you would consider getting an agent. I will also leave a link of a few other YouTubers who have spoken about their experiences in the descriptions below. In the description, not descriptions, in the description below, so you can also check that out. Once again, guys, thank you so much for watching. If you haven't already, don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.